My ever-faithful companion, Dark Magician!
Welcome along, fellow Dark Magician enthusiasts, to another Rush Duel deck profile. We made King of Games, pretty quickly. I mean, we could have gotten it in a single stream, but unfortunate. But hey, we managed to get it within nearly 1.5 hours on the next stream. Not bad, not bad. This deck is the recent buff to DM was just spectacular, stupendous. Loved it. Took me 51 wins. Not bad. Not bad. I will say that is not bad. That is pretty decent. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into the deck profile. So, we have the monsters haven't changed whatsoever. I'm using the same as my previous deck profile. 3 Eradicator, 3 DMG, 3 Legendary Magician, 1 Wizard Dark Magician, and of course, the ultimate wizard himself as our legend monster. You know, the deck can't work without him. So that is the monster lineup there. Legendary Magician is really good, because if you have DM in the grave, you can look at the top 3, send any monster to grave, and then just grab DM right out from your graveyard, and you got a skill starter right there. It's very, very good. Like, you know, you lose all your DMGs, lose all your Eradicators, and DMs in your graveyard. Just go, okay, Legendary Magician. Just grab DM back and just start your combos again. Very, very good stuff. And it pairs nicely with a couple other cards as well. Now, I have seen people in chat say, you know, there's Amazing Dealer, and you know, pairing it with Wizard Dark Magician. Amazing Dealer is a good substitute because typically with DM, we don't really rely on that many monsters in the graveyard. So if your hand's full of bricks, you can go Amazing Dealer, send 3 cards to draw 3 to refresh your hand. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And multiple copies of Wizard Dark Magician, you're you know, we play a lot of Dark Spellcasters, so you just send a Dark Spellcaster and draw. Pretty nice. You can also use Dark Magician's Curtain. Oh, Dark Magician's Curtain, sorry. But the only problem is the 700 life point cost. And you you do have a chance, paying 700 life points, and you do have a chance of missing. But if you manage to excavate 2 DMN or DMGs, you can add 2 of them to your hand. It's a nice card, so you can chop and change of what you want to use, but just keep that in mind. Curtain requires you to pay 700 life points just to search, and could potentially miss. Whereas Amazing Dealer, you need to have 3 or less monsters in your graveyard, and you got to pay 300 life points. But that's not bad. That's pretty easily doable in DM, I will say. It's not bad. For our spell lineup, we have 1 Secret Order. I was chopping and changing between 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. I wasn't sure on what to pick. 1 Secret Order actually did work out pretty well. Didn't really need the second one. Because we had more copies of Stone and Monster Calling. 1 Secret Order was just really enough. You know, didn't really need that much. Yeah, Secret Order good. Use it if you can. Pot of Greed, Legend spell of choice, and limited 1 card of choice. I don't know what it does, but it's pretty busted. It helped me win games. Hey, it's pretty good. Might as well use it. Now, the biggest buff we got was 2,000 knives. Not 1, but 2. This was spectacular. 1,000 knives. There goes my alarm. 1,000 knives. Monster's got the opponent, has got a big monster you want to get rid of. Pop it. Your opponent's got face down monsters. Pop it. 1,000 knives is just insane. It's so good. I'm so glad that Konami put this to limited 2. Oh, it's so nice. I love it, love it, love it. It came up so many times, and it was so helpful. Very, very good stuff. Then, of course, we have 3 copies of Stone of the Dark Magicians. Now, you need to play 3. You have to play 3. If you're playing less than 3, you are making it harder on yourself, because this is the main way to summon out 2 monsters onto your field. Summon DM or Eradicator and DMG. Really, really nice. Always play 3. Don't play less than 3. You're going to be hindering yourself if you play less than 3. This is just a very, very good card in general. Now we have 2 copies of Curse of the Rising Light. This was another card I was chopping and changing on. Like, there was some points where I used just 1, and I wasn't drawing into it enough when I needed it. Then I started using 2. Sometimes I drew into it, but never needed it at all. But I think 2 is a good number because, like, you know, even if you don't need it, you still have it there just in case. Just in case, like, you know, your opponent, like, you're going second, or your opponent uses a trap, you know, just draw 2. If your opponent has 1 less card in hand, that is. It's also good for flipping monsters from defense to attack, so you can just smash into them. Very, very nice. Yeah, there's not much else to say about Curse. It's one of those cards where, like, you know, it is very dependent on how much your opponent has in hand. It's one of those very dependent cards, but when it goes off well. It pays off really, really well. You can use Stop Defense if you prefer not to use this, but it's so good going second. Very, very good going second. 2 copies of Monster Calling. This was another card I was chopping and changing on 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2. I tried 1, it wasn't working well for me. I tried 2, it was working well for me in some instances. Some scenarios it didn't work well, but 2 is very good because if you use Legendary Magician, grab DM, you have a free monster to send with Monster Callings for a free draw, and you get to summon DM out from your graveyard for free. Nuts. Plus, if you have Eradicator Sorcerer or DMG in your graveyard, like, you've just gotten massive value out of a single Legendary Magician normal summon. Like, you can tribute this, you can tribute Legendary Magician and DM for Eradicator. It, like, just pays off massively. It's a very, very good payout. Very good combination of cards. Monster Calling is really, really good for draw power. Like, even if we don't run many monsters, this is still extremely, extremely good. Like, use it. Then we have 1 copy of Talismanic Seal Array. I use only 1 specifically because, like, you know, if I happen to have all copies of Eradicator and all copies of DMG in circulation and I need to get them back into my deck, then I use Talismanic Seal Array. This came up, like, this didn't really come up much at all, but it's an emergency option just in case. Like, you know, you need a backup option just in case you run out of monsters and you got no skill activators. And, like, even if you run out of Legendary Magician as well, if you run out of that, like, you know, you got to have a backup option. This is a really good backup option. Plus, it's good for the offensive as well. Being able to drop an opponent's attack, or opponent's monster's attack. Very, very good stuff. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. In case of emergency, break glass. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, it's a very, very good card. Use it if you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. You do run the risk of having no skill activations, though. So be aware of that. Then we have 3 copy of Dark Resonance Burst. Beautiful card. Give any DM or DMG, or just level 6 or higher spellcaster on your field. It's got to be Dark Attribute, by the way. Give it 1,000 attack. If you have DM or DMG on the field, it gets another 1,000 attack. So you have 3 of these. That is 6,000 attack on a DM or DMG, or even an Eradicator that's called DM. Like, it is nuts. If you pair this with Secret Order, you can get a single DM up to, I think it's 9,200 attack. It is insane. Very, very good card. Like, you using 3 of these, your opponent isn't going to see it coming. And, like, they got to either stop the attack by any means necessary, or they just lose on the spot if they don't have a high enough attack monster. It's very good. It's very good. I love it. I love Resonance Burst. Always play 3. Then we have 2 copies of Dark Magic Attack. I didn't need 3 because 3 is going to be too bricky. 2 is a perfect number. If you have 1... you're not really gonna draw into it that much when you absolutely need it. If you have 2, it's a perfect number. You draw into it sometimes, but other times you don't need it, you won't draw into it. So, like, it's a good balance. It's a good balance compared to running just 3. Yeah, 2 is really good. Plus, Dark Magic Attack, best spell trap removal in the game. It is the best removal in the game. No question about it. And finally, for our last two cards, we have two traps. Star Protector's Protection. This is probably the best trap in the game currently. You just send one card, one monster from your field to the grave, and your opponent can only declare one attack. That's it. Like, they have to OTK you on the spot right then and there. If they can't, then you got another chance at OTKing them instead. Very, very good trap. I didn't really feel the need to run any other traps. Though, if I was going to run more traps, I'd probably run... where is it? I'd probably run Shiny Shady. Or even, like, you know, Widespread Ruin. Yeah, these are some good cards you could use. But Star Protector's Protection was just a very good trap overall for me, and it worked out very, very well. So, just looking at chat, sorry, before I finish up the deck profile. Yes, we are on less traps because draw power. Pot of Greed is definitely the best card to use. Always use Pot of Greed if you can. So, more Rush Duel cards that could come to deal in future. Well, there is... DM has fusions. DM has some fusions in Rush. Like, we've got Dark Paladin, Dark Cavalry. We've got Ritual Monsters as well. There's also some other Dark Spellcaster monsters that work well with DM. I don't know when they would show up, but it would be really cool to see them sometime soon. Maybe next year. Like, DM's in a very good spot right now. I feel very satisfied with how DM plays currently. If we were to get more stuff, it would be really good, but I'm not entirely sure what they would even add in future. Like, we've got DM the Dragon Knight, we've got Dark Cavalry, we've got Dark Paladin, the Eye of Timaeus, we have Magician of Black Chaos, I know there's Dark Magician of Chaos that's, like, newly coming out in the physical card game. What else are there? We got Dark Renewal, we got Magician's Sense, which is a cool trap. I don't think there's much else that I can run off the top of my head. There's some very good cards. We just gotta wait and see, like, you know, when they'll actually release them. Oh, Obsidian Magical Soldier as well. They've got to be careful with that card. Obsidian Magical Soldier is a very good card that DM can use. Ship of the Seven Treasures is another card. That's just generic draw power, but works well with DM. I think that's all I can remember off the top of my head. So, like, you know, it'd be very damn good. But yeah, there's not really much else to say about this deck profile. DM best deck, of course. Give it a try if you can. And especially use Illusion of Execution. Don't use the old DM skill. This is the one skill you want to use for DM. Yeah, make sure you use a skill whenever you're playing DM. In Rush, it's very, very good. Very crazy. Yeah, that's all there is to it. With that all being said, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.